All right, we finished our training walk. We're working on our bed. We're just gonna sit here and listen to sounds that drive dogs crazy on the Echo while we go over some questions and just talk a little bit more about the training program. You can give us water, his food bowl back. I put the food on top of the shelf. All right, so with training, there are 4 steps we do every day in a specific order, at least twice a day. That is free play, training walk, bed, reflect. We do each of those in that exact order. Scott, get the leash. In that exact order, at least twice a day. Excuse me. In training, we do it 3 to 4 times a day. When he goes home, you have to do it at least 2 times a day and in that order. So that's free play, training walk, bed, reflect. They should have also given you a paper when you dropped off that talks about a lot of this, but I just want to make sure we go over it. So free play, training walk, bed, reflect. Free play is in the backyard. They can play fetch. He could play with Alta and Aspen. He could play with other friends. He could come to Rough Life and play. He could... if you don't have a fenced-in backyard, it could be a dog park. It could be you have a zip line or a tether in the backyard that he just plays on while he's out there. That's free play. Even during free play, and again, I know we talked about this, but we're just going to go over it again. Even during free play, there is no jumping on you. 4 on the floor. And we want to work on not barking. If we're out there in the yard with him, we apply distance pressure just like we would on the bed. He puts his bum down, we release that distance pressure, and then he can go back to playing. That's how we correct. If we're not out there, it does get a little bit tricky, but we do want, because he does have a problem being vocal, we do want to make sure that we're in all areas keeping that under control. So that's free play. So first one is free play. Second one is training walk. That's the walks you've been seeing on all these videos where he has a transitional leash over the nose. We're going on a calm, cool, and collected walk where our shoulder is rolled back, our hand is by our back pocket, and we have a short but loose leash. Anytime pressure is created on that leash, we utilize one of the 5 tools. Those 5 tools are rollbacks, zigzags, direction change, reset, and a flick. And again, those are in all the videos, but those are the tools we utilize during the training walk. After the training walk, stop. After the training walk, we do the bed. So Scott was going to correct him for picking up that leash. He's been, since we came in this walk, he started doing it, which is normal. About day 4 is when they really start to give pushback, which is great because we can work through that. But so that's normal for him to pick up the leash and start chewing on it today, or sometimes they'll bark at us or refuse to do things. So that's all normal. So we're on reflection. Reflection is they're on their bed. They are laying there or sitting there in a calm, cool, collected position, which means their bum is down. That could be in a lay or a sit. We don't use those words. We apply distance pressure anytime their bum leaves that bed, and they're just laying on that bed, learning to build a safe space, learning to be non-reactive, learning that people can come and go, dogs can come and go, people can come interact with him, but he does not get to go off the bed and run around the house or jump on people or bark at people or do anything like that. While on the bed, we practice high distractions. So first we started with little to no distractions. Now we're up to high distractions, knocking on the door, asking people to come in, opening and closing doors, making noises, running the dogs through the house, right? We just want Jackson to learn how to be calm, cool, and collected on his bed. After bed, he moves to reflection. Reflection is in a room that has no other distractions, no other dogs, no toys. There is a bed in there for them to lay on. It doesn't have to be a raised cot. In ours, we use a crate, and he is in that crate with his soft bed in that crate. You do not have to utilize a crate if you do not have one, but you do have to have a reflection space, and it has to be different than this raised bed. This raised bed, this raised cot is in the middle of the house where we can watch him, where he can live as part of the family, but stay in his own space. The reflection space is a space where he's just at night. If you're not home, he would be in free play in the yard or in reflection space in his room. Reflection space is not with siblings. Again, no toys. He shouldn't be able to look out the windows. It's a no distraction zone. The reason we have reflection, it is at the end of the training session to help him reflect on all that he learned and accomplished. Without this reflection space, it's like giving a speech. As a motivational speaker, afterwards, you go straight out and go partying with friends. That would be not having reflection. We're having reflection, so I'm a motivational speaker. I gave the speech. I sat down after the speech and I just wrote down some thoughts and ideas. This was good. This wasn't good. No one laughed at this joke. I felt really strong on this. This was the feedback I got. And now I go out and party with my friends. The speech is going to be better when you take that time to reflect and grow. That's why he needs reflection. Reflection is not something that will stay forever. Once you start giving privileges back, you can cut reflection out, but that's not going to come for a while. And we'll talk about that in person, what that looks like. So he is on leash at all times in the home or on this bed during bed training, or he is in his reflection space. And again, reflection space is a room with no windows, no excitement, no other dogs, no toys. It's just him and his thoughts. He can have his fluffy bed in there. We utilize a crate because we don't want them destroying the doors and the walls and the cabinets and the floors. We do utilize the crate. As you saw in one of the other videos, he does get vocal in his crate, but he's doing significantly better every day. And it's by doing exactly what we showed you in the video of I only open the door when he's quiet. I only move closer or touch the kennel when he is in a calm state of mind. That's why distance pressure here in this area really helps those other areas. All the areas kind of mesh together. If a dog can be calm, cool, and collected while on the walk, that means it'll be able to do a better job being off leash and just in the yard. If a dog can be calm, cool, and collected on a small space, they'll be able to be calm, cool, and collected in the home. They can't be calm, cool, and collected in a 2,000 square foot home if they can't be calm, cool, and collected in a 4 square foot area in the home. Does that make sense? So they have to work their way up to graduating to being loose and free and everything. So they do need to be in a reflection space. Now this means he probably will bark. The only time he really barks for us is when he's outside and no one's with him, or when he's in his reflection space because there's no one with him. He's doing much better in the reflection space and much better in the yard, just coming with those corrections like we talked about. Distance pressure for in the yard with him. If we're not in the yard with him, he can't come inside until he's quiet. When he's in reflection, he's pretty quiet from the get-go until he starts hearing someone. But again, we never let him out or go towards him in that reflection space until he is calm, cool, and collected and quiet. And that helps him understand in order to be out with everyone again, which is what he's wanting, he's got to be calm, cool, and collected and not being loud. And then after reflection, that's the end of that training session, and it starts back over with free play, training, walk, bed, reflect. Again, doing the whole cycle at least twice each day. The cool thing about the training is you want to mold it into your day. I'm doing at least 2 of the training cycles each day. That doesn't mean that I have to have 15 hours for training. I'm going to let Jackson go outside and play and have free play while I take my shower, get dressed, and do my workout for the day. And then I'm going to go for my training walk while all my kids are getting ready for school. And then I'm going to place him on the bed while I make breakfast and get breakfast cleaned up, get everyone fed, get everyone off to school. Then he's going to go to reflection while I go grab groceries at the grocery store. When I come back, I'll put him into free play, and he can free play while I put all the groceries away. After the groceries are put away, we're going to go for another walk together. And this one's going to be a good one so I can get in my exercise in the afternoon. And then after that, he's going to come back to the bed while I start cleaning up the house, doing the laundry, doing billing, making dinner. We have dinner. Does this make sense? We're just coupling everything together. So I'm doing all of it at the same time. I'm not creating hours and hours upon end to do training. My whole lifestyle is training because I'm now doing a training-based lifestyle.